Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna take it down a healthier road today with sockeye salmon and asparagus. First things first, asparagus. I washed a bunch of asparagus. Like to line them all up so they're about the same length, and I chop off the bottom third. It's always coarse. It doesn't taste good. You just want to leave the top part of the asparagus. Crank up my Blackstone 36-inch Pro Series. I have a skillet with butter. We're gonna get that melting for later. A little bit of avocado oil down on the griddle top. You know me, I always like to rub a little bit of avocado oil into my griddle top before I start cooking. Down with my asparagus. Want to make sure they're all touching the griddle because we want to get them cooked evenly. Butter's melting really quick, so we're going to go over here and turn that burner off altogether. We still have 3 more burners, so this big old 36-inch piece of steel is going to retain lots of heat. You could drizzle a little more avocado oil on top if you want to. I'm using lemon pepper on the fish today, so we could also use that on the asparagus. After a few minutes, we can use tongs to move the asparagus around. You can see we're already getting some good color. Fresh thyme into the butter. I don't get very chefy around here, but maybe it's time. Let that thyme simmer in the butter, and I think that's what the chefs would call going for the aromatics. Sockeye salmon. It's sockeye salmon season. Got these at the local market. They were just flown in from Alaska. We're gonna go with the skin side down, but I'm still gonna rub a little bit of olive oil on there. Sometimes I'll go flesh side down, but sometimes I'll go skin side down. Since we're talking about being chefy, most chefs will go skin side down because the skin is thicker. It allows it to cook longer, and the fish can cook longer with that skin side protecting it. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of avocado oil on the flesh side. This will be my presentation side. Then we're gonna go in with the lemon pepper. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Keep turning and moving those asparagus every minute or so. Keep an eye on that salmon. Want the bottom side, want that skin to get crispy. My asparagus is looking really good. I'm actually gonna take that and put it over here in the corner with my butter that is still simmering away, but it's not direct heat anymore. I realized I put my cutting board in the dirty dish container, and I keep forgetting that the 36 has a built-in cutting board. So let's get some lemon slices ready for later. Of course, salmon, always wanna dress it up with some beautiful lemon slices. My salmon is looking really good. It's been about 3 minutes or so, and I'm gonna go in for the flip. It should give us a gorgeous sear on the presentation side, and it should allow us to peel off that skin. Now, you can leave the skin on if you want to, but most people are gonna wanna peel that off. So you can just use a fork, and you can start it, and you can peel that off. This is gonna be our bottom side. This will be plate down. I added a little more butter to my thyme. I'm not overly concerned with the internal temperature of the fish. Probably want to get it at least 140, 145 degrees. I'm not doing sushi here. I do have a really thick piece here. I want to cook it until it's seared beautifully and we get a nice flaking on the outside, but look at that. Tell you the truth, I lost track of my lemons here. I'm not sure what I'm doing with those. Maybe I'll just slide those underneath, get a little color on the lemon. I probably just messed up like the #1 rule of culinary school. Don't ever slide your lemons under the salmon while it's cooking. I'm gonna take a fork and sacrifice the edge of this. That's what we want right there. You can see this salmon is cooked. Look how gorgeous that is. Flaking, beautiful. I'm gonna go underneath, over to my platter, and I think I'll give it another flip. Lay my little beautiful charred lemon slices on top, and in for my second slab. There we go. Again, I'm just gonna make this look pretty. Pick up my asparagus. Get my thyme butter mixture. And a little more lemon juice on top. Take a look at that. I don't have a fancy name. I'm just calling it what it is. Sockeye salmon with asparagus. My hunger is getting the best of me. Now, if you were portioning this out, you could cut off a small piece like this and put it on a small plate with a piece of asparagus. Oh man, look at that beautiful, beautiful butter with thyme and lemon. I actually forgot to say, let's give it a try on that one. The lemon butter is so good. The last several times I did salmon, I used parsley. Tried something different today with thyme. Might be my new favorite. So darn succulent. And those asparagus, there's still a tiny bit of a crunch in there. I didn't want these to come out like canned asparagus, you know, all slippery and soft. I wanted a teeny bit of a bite. They're soft, they melt in your mouth, but there's a little bit of a crunch. Wow. So good. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll put the recipe up at blackstoneproducts.com. And if I met you on the Griddle More Tour this year, hello, let me know down below. I met hundreds of you on the Griddle More Tour. Make sure you're watching all the shows on the Blackstone Network because we have a lot of them. And until next time, this is Todd. I'm saying praise the Lord and pass the sockeye salmon with asparagus. Let's clean our griddle. First things first, we'll grab those extra lemons, get rid of them, and 3 random pieces of asparagus. Griddle scraper, and I want to get all that gunk, all the extra oil, all the extra pieces of seasoning or salmon skin in the back, and then gently scrape over towards my grease cup. That's really all there is to it. I should also mention that I like to keep my griddle on high heat when I'm cleaning it. The rationale is that grease solidifies, so it just makes it a lot easier if you clean it when you're on high heat. Now I'm choosing to use my bare hands. You see me do this all the time. You might want to use a heat-resistant glove or a pair of tongs because it is a hot griddle top. And I always end the same way I start, with a light coating of whatever cooking oil I'm using. Today it just so happens to be avocado oil. The whole process took less than a minute. My griddle top looks perfect. It's ready to pack away or ready to cook a completely new recipe. Thanks for watching.